Hello. Right, so what we're going to be doing on this one, we're going to be doing something what I do to my baits. Yeah, so this is what I tend to use. I've got a whole wall of them across where you can see them in the top corner. Yeah, but this is really my favourite one, and it's basically going back to something very similar to what I used to use, but it's a different brand. And well, I've been doing all right on them, to be fair. So, but I always like to do something to them. I don't like to just leave them like that and then fish them like that. I'm not saying they won't work, because they do work, but I like to even my chances up a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, nothing's been done to them. These are literally turned up today, and all I've done, I've put the W on top of them, because the way they sit in my bucket, I have them all in the Ridge Monkey bucket. And when the lid's like this and you're looking down, you're like, which one's which? Right, wafters, that's what the W stands for. And then obviously I can pull them out, and then obviously I can write pop-ups on them, whatever. Yeah, so right, so this is what we do then. We crack the lids off. Now you can use it with many different liquids, but on this one, I'm sorry if the camera's shaking, the floor's moving a little bit with me. I'm using the Hydro Spod syrup. You can also use the Evo range as well, and I do use the Evo range as well, but I still do the same process whether it's with this or with the Evo liquid. Makes no odds. So there's a black bag there, and you'll see the black bag in a minute. Right, so I'm going to pop the lid, if I can get it off. Tape's in the way. Let's have a look. It might have just swelled up a little bit, obviously, with it being where it is. Let's see if I can take this tape off it, see if this will help. They don't like these lids to come off. Oh, there we are. We're going. I know I've had it off before. Right, so there's not really too much what you can put in them. Now bear in mind, this is a wafter. If you're doing it with a pop-up, you don't want to put too much liquid in. The reason why is, if more liquid you put in, more you're going to lose the buoyancy of that pop-up. So it's not going to float as good. But because these are wafters, I'm not too fussed. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to put a good dribble of this in. Okay, so that's that one. Don't be stingy with it, but don't go overdoing it, sort of thing, because you can add more liquid to it at a later time if you want to. Right, so we're going to let that sink down to the bottom, and I'm going to show you one of my little tricks what I do. Now once they're done, they'll come out looking a little bit like this. As you can see, they look a little bit stodgy. And if I show you another one as well, another, you know, when the dogs, obviously they're like this as well. There you go, look, they're all cured in. The other thing it will help do as well, it will actually make them last a little bit longer. So instead of you looking at these dates on the bottom, which are shelf life dates, they will last a touch longer as well, because you've got more flavours than that in there. But you can alter this as you need to. Right, so that's been sinking down a touch. So what I do now, you can see it coming down. Look, there's not a lot, look. Yeah, not a lot. Put the lids back on. Turn them upside down. And let that liquid go from bottom to top. Yeah, so you're actually getting quite a bit to go through. Repeat the process a couple of times. There you go. You can see the really darkness has gone now. So you know for all that's gone down. Because where you've poured it, you might not have actually got it round all the boilers, or wafters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, and when you get brand new pots, try shake them up. Well, you got no really to shake. Once you've used a couple, then you're all right. You got more room to manoeuvre them about. There you go. Look, it's down to the lid. So we'll turn that over again. Probably need a little bit more liquid in that one, actually, looking at that. There we are. Leave it like that for a minute. Put that back on. Like I say, you can use any type of liquid, I like to use this actually on the boilers as well. But the thing is, once you use them with the boilers and then you're using the plain up bait, then what chances you got? They're going to take the freebies more than what they're going to actually be wanting to take these sort of thing. So I like to try and match them up a little bit more. So we'll turn them upside down again. And then what we've got here is liver powder. Yeah, hydrostated liver powder. Yeah, there is a date on there, as you can see, 2020, but it's all sealed up. It's perfectly fine. There's no wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. If it goes all lumpy and bumpy and stuff like that, then yeah, fair enough, it's shot. So we'll give it a little shake down at the bottom. Or should I say the top. Turn that back over. Turn that back over. We'll let that run down now. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take the lids off. Ooh. Yeah, you can see that they're nicely coated now. Can't use a couple of missed bits, but it makes no odds. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get a knife or a spoon or whatever you want to use. And this is just liver powder. Now you can also do this with a bit of Himalayan rock salt as well. But if you're doing it with Himalayan rock salt, don't put in like what I'm putting in here. You can't overdo it. You can't really underdo it. To be fair, you can overdo it because all it'll do is make them go really, really dry. And it won't stick to them sort of thing. So we're going to put the lids on. We're going to shake it down now. Shake that down. A little tap as well. Bring the liquid from bottom to top again. We can seal that back up. Like I say, this is what I personally do myself. This is how I use these baits. Now with all the other baits, so like these ones, yeah, so the PBs, there is actually, if I can see which one it is, there we are. We've actually got the boosters as well. Now bear in mind, I'm not sponsored by these. I only use it because I'm confident in it. Right, so we'll, oh yeah, pineapple. So with them, while they're doing that, we don't put a lot on. Just a few drops, just to keep them moist and keep the flavour going in. They're done. They're easy. So we'll spin that over now. We'll spin that over. Little shake about. Little shake about. And what we'll do, they're not going to be stuck yet, so we're going to still see liver powder at the top. But here we are. It's starting to soak into the actual bait. So what that does, as it's in the water, it's leaking off a lot more attraction. And I mean a lot more. And this one, yeah, all this lot will disappear. It's because they're really rammed up in there in the actual boilers. There we are, I've just shook it over them a little bit more. But like I say, once it's done, they're going to come out looking like that. Yeah, that's a dry mix because that is a pop-up. Yeah, pop-up. So I don't want it too wet. Wafters and bottom baits, yeah, fair enough, I will. I'll go a lot wetter. And you can see where the baits are really, really darkened down. Now, that's what they looked like before. Yeah, cork dust ones. Well, that is just one of my little edges what I do, guys. Lots of people say about doing it, and obviously make out that they're plugging it sort of thing, so you end up buying obviously this, that and A, B, C, D to Z or sort of thing. But after doing it for many years, it does work. Yeah, these little extras, so liquids you can put straight into your boilers as well, so your freebies as well, you got more attraction there. But that is deadly. Yeah, that is absolutely deadly. That'll pull them in. Just that touch of liver powder. You can put it on your freebies as well, but to be fair, I want it on the one what I want to catch the fish. I don't want to be feeding the fish, I want to be catching the fish. So all we got to do now is let them set, basically. Keep turning them over and stuff like that. Just keep repeating the process over a couple of days. And then, obviously, they're going to end up looking like those other ones up there. So there we are. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.